What's up, Brian? What's up, Hank? You get set up real quick. Get on Facebook Live with us. Also, let's see here. Go live. All right, start live video. All right. All right, there we go. Make sure that's set up right. Now we are on. We are good to go. Turn the comments on here. All right. So hopefully everybody's going good. See, we got 10 people in here, 11. Get it going. EP Fishing, what's going on, man? Merry Christmas Eve. Get my Pepsi ready here. So, anybody getting any fishing done? Because I know we've got some terrific weather coming this week. Moccasin Lures, how's it going, man? A little late tonight, yeah. Doing a little bit late. There's no way Gabe could get finished in time, so we decided to push it back about an hour. He'll be here about 8:15, so he's only about 15 minutes late. So, maybe we try it out, see how it goes. So, see what's happening. Let me adjust this camera a little bit here. There we go. Got to get everything back in order here. Had everything moved around. There we go. So, anybody getting any fishing done? Block Tackle, what's up, man? Don't worry, I'll remember you this time. Don't have to worry. We'll have to explain to Gabe later, though. So BP Fishing says, went river fishing on Saturday, didn't have any luck, but felt so good to be out. Definitely, dude. Anytime you can get out this time of year is well worth it. Bob says, happy holidays. Weather sure is nice. Going fishing tomorrow morning. Bob, it has been tremendous. I was actually out in T-shirt today. It was pretty dang nice. And I think that weather is supposed to go through all the way through this week, if I believe right. That's what I think I heard. So, Chris, what's going on, man? Merry Christmas. BP Fishing says, going fishing Thursday as well. Awesome, dude. Yep. Hopefully I'll get you guys some good on the water footage Thursday. I'm actually going to try a little bit of A-rig. Going to do a little bit of deep cranking. And then what I have a feeling is going to happen. And if you guys aren't, I know you guys probably aren't all familiar with my area here where I'm at, but it's been probably in the 30s, 40 some days, stuff like that. This week, it's actually like 3 days supposed to get up in the mid 60s. So I have a feeling those bass are going to get pushed up really shallow where that water is really going to warm up quick. The place I'm going has a lot of stumps. And when I say stumps, I'm talking stumps this big around. I mean, they're huge. And I see them all the time when it's real sunny out. They'll get up on top of them stumps and just sit there and sunbathe. So I would probably venture to say that's probably where they're going to be at, but I will still definitely go out deep and try to fish there too. See if we can hook into a big old fat mama for Christmas break. So let's see. Tom, what's up going on, Tom? Going to a different bank spot tomorrow. All right, dude. Let us know how you do. Oklahoma's worst danger. What's going on, dude? Merry Christmas. All right, fishing fat man. I just got out of the hospital after burning my foot. I'm going to be down for a couple weeks before I can get back up on the bank. Man, dude, I'm sorry to hear that. I seen that picture of your foot. That looked pretty rough, dude. Hope you get that all taken care of and don't have any other problems or anything. Looked pretty rough. So, Hank says, haven't been out since Sunday. Hank, you have like 70, 80 degree weather all the time. What's your excuse? The rain, I guess? Buck Tackle says, I want a bag of plastics on Saturday Night Live TV one yesterday. Hey, that's cool, dude. Gabe says, on my way. O'Brien says, went fishing today, caught 2, and I swear it was the same one twice. Hey, dude, I've seen it happen, man. All right, I'm getting some feedback here on this one. Let's see if we can change this a little bit here. So, Keith Compton in the house. Eric, how's it going? Dylan, what's going on, man? Doing a little live stream tonight. So Moxon says, definitely going to try the deep in the morning, shallow later in the day. They seem to start moving up there here at about 11 or 12. Yeah, that's kind of my thoughts too. Like I said, the stumps where I go, they're huge stumps. And once they start getting warmed up, I mean, them bass they're like magnets to them. So I really look for them to move up that way. So hopefully I can get a morning bite out deep. And like you said, move up shallow during the day and flip some jigs. So that's kind of my game plan, but we'll see how it goes. Full Owner Bassin, Merry Christmas to you and your family. Thanks for joining. Let's see what else we got going on here. Andrew is watching over here on the Facebook Live. So getting some people on the Facebook Live here. So BP Fishing says it's stupid to throw the Texas rig this time of year. I should have just stick with my slow Ned rig and for football jigs. Hey, dude, football jigs work this time of year too, especially out deep. Typically, like I was talking about fishing those stumps and stuff, I'll actually go down to the finesse jig, and kind of you have to really, really creep up on them though, because like I said, where I'm going, they will set on top of the actual stump. So you got to be pretty tricky with it. So, what's up, Andrew? Travis, what's up going on, man? Nice to have you in there. Travis and Gabe will be here in probably about 10 minutes. So, you need to get over on YouTube so you can actually comment over there. So, everything fish is in the house. How's it going, man? And that's no problem, Full Owner Bassin. Fish Fatman says Merry Christmas to everyone. And I seen some up here. I was actually going to comment. Where is it at here? BP Fishing. You said to slow down with the Ned rig. Has anybody else seen David Dudley's latest video on his Ned rig about how many fish it's killing? I watched it earlier, and he's got just an absolute solid point when it comes to that. Those fish they annihilate that Ned rig. I mean, they choke on it all the time. I think he's got a pretty solid point of going over that. So just kind of see what your guys' thoughts were on that. So Capitals 2018, what's up, man? So get a few of these over here on the Facebook Live. See, Eric says, need me to send me a note over to show you how to catch some real fish. Yeah, I know how that goes, Eric. And I'm sure Noah said the same thing. We know how that goes. We outfish you all the time. Andrew says, good. Looking forward to seeing y'all for Christmas. Digging the Fishing Live videos. Awesome, dude. Yeah, we'll, I guess if you come into your grandpa's tomorrow, we will see you there probably. So, Marcio, what's up, man? Merry Christmas. How's Brazil going? Catch everybody up over here. Let's see here. All right. Fishing depends on what they want. Seems like sometimes hit a jig better than a worm or vice versa. Yep, Moxon kind of nailed that one. Like you said, talking about the jig being better than the worm or vice versa. That's a pretty solid point there, because usually when it gets in between, like when I'm fishing a jig or a worm, I like to throw a worm around the base of stumps, along with jigs too. But a lot of times if I find, like in the wintertime, I have better luck with that smaller jig than I do the worms most of the time. Buck Tackle says, I'm just not a big Dudley fan. Not his YouTube channel. Just not my cup of tea. Hey, no problem, dude. He's a pretty outspoken dude. I'll say that for sure. Courtney Roberts is watching. How's it going, Courtney? Marcio says, all good here, man. Can't wait to hit the fish in Florida this January. Dude, I hope you go down there and just absolutely stick a pig. I do. I hope it works out really well for you. And I do know, I know you get on YouTube a lot too. If you see Hank Snow on there, you can ask him maybe a few spots to go down in Florida too. He's from Florida. He lives around, I think it's Orlando, if I'm not mistaken. Hank, isn't that right? If you're still on here. About swim jigs, maybe I need to place another order. BP, you always have to replace another order there. It's worth it, man. The only problem is you don't lose them jigs as much as the other ones. Courtney says she's doing good. All right, let's see here. So has anybody been doing any smallmouth fishing up north? I know it's probably mostly frozen up, but and Marcel, yeah, Hank said he is in Orlando. So definitely look that dude up on Facebook or Instagram or something and ask him a few spots to fish. Sure you can find a couple. Marsha Wetzel is in the house. How's it going, Marsha? Where's that old bum husband of yours at? I'm sure he's probably working evenings right now, but Ryan says, yep, I am definitely going to be hitting moccasin up lures pretty soon. Yep. They're worth it, dude. Don't forget to use that BYB81 for your 20% discount, too. Block Tackle says, can't believe you're even going to go fishing. Still this year, your last video, it was snowing. And man, I'm telling you, it was snowing. Like I said, we've been in the 30s. I'd say mid-30s to mid-40s is what our average has been. And like I said, today it hit about 50. I'm going to say probably the high 50s. And like the next 4 or 5 days, it's supposed to be above 60 degrees. So it's really, really going to push those fish up shallow. Not all of them, but I mean, you will see a lot of them. You'll see them up there playing around, probably chasing real early. Probably the following morning after you had that good warming trend. I would venture to say you'll probably on a smaller lake. And when I say smaller, I'm talking probably 50 acres or less. I bet you'll see the water temperature jump up probably 5 degrees in those couple days. Maybe a little bit more. So Tom says over 4 million winnings. I'm not going to try to spell his theories. Yeah, the dude's pretty good. I'll give him that. So let's see. Mark Bergbegger is watching. How's it going, Mark? Nice to see you on here. Hopefully everything's coming on good out of your end. I know you ain't got much service out there. Awesome spawn one typically. Hit him with 516 finesse jig with a small, do nothing chuck. Capital 2018 says in Florida for 2 weeks pond fishing. Dang, dude. Are you doing any good down there? I'm sure. I remember Scott Martin saying something about usually in December or January, I think, they're on their spawn down there, their first spawn. I may be completely wrong with that. I just thought I remember him saying that. So, see, Bob says, anyone on here want to do some smallmouth creek fishing tomorrow? Kayaking in Saline Creek from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. in the Perryville area. So, anybody around that area, hook them up, man. Denny Hall, what's going on, man? Nice to see you on here. What's up, Mark? So, Bassin Country, man. How's it going? I got an early Christmas present, spinning combo. I have always used bait cast. Do you use spinning that much? Bassin Country, I'm not a huge finesse guy by any means, but I really do like using it around my pond. Typically for like small trick worms that I'm throwing weightless or Cinco, any kind of stick bait like that. Smaller top waters like a little torpedo or something like that. I really like throwing on the spinning combo. It's a little easier to get around at a pond. Got a lot more action to it. So if I'm fishing finesse around docks, that is definitely one of my go-tos. I'll go through a spinning combo with that, definitely too. All right, let's see. Block Teckle says, you're right. I think they're spawning right now in Florida. Yep, I thought he had said that, like I said. Let's see, Mike Radicke's on, watching on Facebook. How's it going, Mike? Hopefully that's set up right for you guys. Let's see if I can probably fix that a little bit here, so it ain't so crooked. There you go. All right. So Moxon, have you sold any or got any of your 7/16 done yet? Let's see here. And I was going to show you guys. Oh, where's it at here? Well, I had a lure to show you guys. Oh, here it is. So I'm sure you guys seen in my top 10 videos. We were talking about this wiggle wart right here. Now, how many of you guys actually throw that wiggle wart? I was trying to get it focused in there. I don't know if it will or not. It's not going to cooperate with me tonight. Oh, I got to work on this. So, yep. Well, guys, I guess it's just not going to focus. Anyway, I'm sure to focus down here. So, any of you guys on Facebook, how many of you guys throw that wiggle wart like that? So I'm sure you're probably getting ready to be throwing it here shortly in another month or so. Hank Snow says, starting to spawn. The Bass Open should hit them up for good time. There you go. Well, Marcio will be over there. So he'll be hitting them up in January. So he'll hit a spawn. Hopefully he can do a little bit of bed fishing there. Get him on some big old fat girls there. It'd be nice. See, Fishing Fat Man says, if I could, I would, Bob. That'd be a little bit of a drive for you, wouldn't it? Lexa says, they are ready. You need to have it upload an option on the website. We have been covered up prepping for the show season. We will have them up this week for sure. All right, cool, dude. I'll make sure I start mentioning them in a little bit after you get them up on there. Crawl pattern wigglewort, nice. Yep, Brian, that's probably one of my go-to baits here, coming up real shortly. Bob says Moccasin lures, making a Ned rig hook that don't get hung up in rocks. I will buy them all. Good luck, Bob. Those rocks are absolutely unforgiving, no matter where you are. Tom says, I have 2 spinning rods with me at all times. Both the G Loomis is a 6'10" and a 7'2". There you go. Like I said, Tom, I don't not fish with a spinning combo. It's just not necessarily my big go-to thing. So I try to stick on a bait caster most of the time, except for, like I said, when I'm at a pond. My brother-in-law, he's got a smaller pond too. You know, that's a spinning setup is just real easy to use. So that's kind of what I tend to lean towards when I'm going to the smaller stuff like that, especially if it's got a lot of overhanging trees and stuff. It's a lot easier to throw them out rather than trying to throw a bait caster and get it hung on one little limb and you end up with a bird's nest and you can't do anything with it. So, Lynette is watching too. Hello, Lynette. Black tackle, is that the original wigglewort? Dude, I wish it was. I have one in my tackle somewhere. Was one of the original wiggleworts, but it got munched on. I actually caught a stupid catfish on it, and it just spun and spun and spun and spun and tore the entire rear end out of the bait. So it doesn't really work too great anymore. I know them things are expensive. You can find them on eBay, but I think they want like $10 or $15 a piece for them. They're expensive. Sea Bob's not a Ned fan. I know they're wireless Viper. Yeah. Yeah, that they are, definitely. Oh, Jesus, John. I'm guessing I got another guy in here watching, but I didn't see him pop in anywhere. So, all right, let's see here. So who all in here has thrown the A-rig and is actually a fan of it and caught fish? I'm real curious to see who answers on this. Because I've thrown it a few times. The very first time was not successful at all. And I can tell you, very first time I threw it, I think I had about $70 wrapped up in the whole thing. And first cast, I caught my hook keeper on my rod with the line, and it flew across the lake. It was actually at Barkley Lake. I think it went about a good 100 yards, though. So David says, like the Curve 55 with the wiggleworts nowadays, both catch them. Yeah, definitely do. I tell you what, David, there is a lot of guys really liking that Curve 55. I know Oklahoma's worst angler, he was one of them on here. He really likes that Curve 55. Brian says, never threw the A-rig. It's worth it in the winter, man. You learn to fish a little bit, it's well worth it. Let's see, Bob says spinning rods have a great purpose. I use them in the creeks due to the smaller water area as well as the ponds. But if you're wanting to bomb a bait over a long distance, go bait casting. Yeah, definitely. Hank, Gabe should be here like any minute. I'm surprised my dogs haven't taken off barking yet. So, see, Trevor Hall is in here watching. How's it going, Trevor? Curve 55, 6 cents. Yes. I thought about it. I brought a couple of them in here, but they're trying to get everything back in the boat as we speak, really. Had everything out of there. Had a leak in my cover, so I had to drain everything out and let all the water leak out of it before it froze solid in the bottom of it and cracked something. Let's see here. Up here. All right, guys. Spro rock collar. Block, that is, I tell you what, that bait in particular really, really took off down at Kentucky Lake. We fished a tournament down there. I guess it's probably been 2 years ago. And, I mean, I think everybody and their brother and sister down there were throwing that rock crawler. It went over really well. I threw it like maybe threw it for about 2 hours. I didn't have any luck on it. But I did like the way it hunted. That was for sure. Tom says original wiggle warts. Leaders for the repainting are running between $10 and $15. The original wiggle warts in package are still bringing $40 and up, depending on the color. Holy crap! I mean, don't get me wrong. They get bit. They catch a lot of fish. But I don't think there's any way I would spend $40 on an old crankbait like that. I'm sure I can find something that works just as good. Oh man, just placed an order with Moccasin Lures. I may have an addiction. BP, at least you have an addiction with a good company. Like I said, they'll definitely take care of you. Like I said, the only problem with Moccasin Lures is they don't get hung up as easy as everything else, so you don't have to buy them that often. I actually just got my order in the other day. I got everything put in the boxes and ready to go. So. Let's see here. All right. And have any of you guys tried the it's the Floral Clear from P-Line. I'm trying it out. I got it on one rod. I'm going to try it out and see how it works. I have not tried their Floral Clear yet. I've heard a lot of guys really like it, but I'm just kind of curious of what's so great about it. Tom says the original wiggle warts are printed wiggle warts on the underside of a bill. New ones say Storm. Yep. Yeah, you can definitely see on this one. If it'll focus, guys. If it'll focus. And it says, and it's probably, there you go. Oh, it started to. There you go. Storm right there. So you can definitely see it. It's probably can't see it on that one, but definitely they do say Storm. So that is one way that gives it away right there. Black Tackle says it's okay, not that good. Well, I got stuff blowing up all over the place here. I got people on Facebook and messaging me here. So let's see. It's okay, not that good. P-Line Floral Clear. Not really a good copolymer. Ryan says I'm using the Seaguar's red label fluorocarbon. Yeah. Now see, I mean, I'm not big on switching a whole lot of lines. I know there's a couple of guys that I fish with. A lot of them guys use the Seaguar fluorocarbon, which I've used, and I've had no problems with it at all. I just lean more towards that P-line fluorocarbon. I've used it so long. I mean, I can tell you where the breaking strength's at. I can tell you what I can do with it, what I can't do with it, but just trying to play with a couple different things here. I tell you what, for a cheap line, the what is it? The Berkeley, I think it's the Berkeley Big Game. Walmart sells it. It's like $6 or $7 for several hundred yards, but it's a monofilament. And I tell you what, that stuff there it's strong, really strong. I was really impressed with that stuff. And I hear a lot of people talking about buying the more expensive stuff, but as far as fluorocarbon goes, that's pretty much what I use for fluorocarbon. I've had no issue, or sorry, not fluorocarbon, monofilament. But I've had absolutely no issues with that stuff. Fox says, honestly, line is one thing, never experiment with. Had some bad luck with several different fluoros. I stuck with Seaguar Red Label, cheap and works great. Yeah. That's what I said. I have no issues out of the P line either, so that's what I really like about it. Loading some Stren fluorocast on the night to try tomorrow. First time to use it. I have not tried the Stren. I used to fish with Stren when I was younger. I mean, I'm talking, in my teenage years and stuff like that. But it was one of them lines that was the only thing around here. Walmart was the only thing close we had, unless you drove about an hour and a half. And I fished a lot of Stren. I just never had a whole lot of luck with it. I constantly had issues with the memory in it. It constantly had memory in it, really bad. I'm sure they probably worked some of that out by now, so I'm not downgrading or saying it's bad or anything. It's just I haven't used it in a long time. Tom says Fluor Clear doesn't have the memory of the P line. All right. So I agree. Berkeley Big Game is great. Yeah. CX Premium is good. Copoly Fluor Coating. Okay. See, Denny Hall says I have had no problems with Big Game. No, dude, it's been phenomenal. Like I said, I that's pretty much what I put on like my kids' poles and stuff like that. The fish around the house, on their cheaper stuff that they don't go anywhere. Usually, if they're going with me on a big lake, they typically use my stuff. My oldest son, he's got two rod and reels, 2 bait casters. Now we did put P line on those, but for the most part, I mean that Big Game works really good. Fox says the Big Game 20-pound is hard to beat. Yeah. I didn't care for the big 20-pound. I think the one I was throwing was a 15 or 17. I haven't tried the 20 yet, but the 15 and 17 worked really well. Bob says, "What's your opinion on line conditioner?" I kind of have mixed feelings with line conditioner, Bob. I'm going to give you my explanation here. Does it work for what it says? Yes, it does. It does keep the memory down in your line. It does make it a little bit smoother. But the one thing I have to say about line conditioner that I don't like with a lot of them is they make the reel kind of greasy, and it's constantly on your line. You'll feel it constantly. So I don't care for that part of it, because a lot of times when I'm fishing like something on the bottom or next to stumps or fishing around brush piles, stuff like that, a lot of times what I do is I actually have that line laid over my finger, and I'm feeling for just those little subtle bumps and bites and stuff like that. And once you get all that like greasy feeling all over there, it don't stick well with me. I just don't care for that. But I mean, that's really my only complaint, was just the greasiness of it. But like I said, for holding the memory down, it works great for that, and does make your line last a little bit longer. I switch my line out probably twice a year, so it's not a big deal to me. And yes, Gabe is here. He's taking care of some stuff real quick, and he'll be right over here. Only problem with Big Game is the mono. Yep, and that's what I use, Buck. I mean, like I said, the only reason I use it because it's a cheap line. It works good for like my top water stuff and stuff like that. So not a big deal. Tackle, that's it. We'll use it on the top water.
What's up, guys? You doing a fishing show or what?
We're trying to do a fishing show. We were waiting for somebody though.
Man, I had a day. Started at 7:30 this morning. Got off at
I was like, just the warning here. It's a little small on that one.
Okay, gotcha. And luckily, my boy Cartwright came and bailed me out at about 6:45. He took about 20 minutes off my route, or I would have been 20 minutes later than I am now. So,
go lay down, you big dog. Go. I'll get this.
Say thanks to your mail carriers. I mean, and your FedEx guys and your UPS guys. We're out there delivering all these parcels for Christmas. And
Gracie,
just say thanks to them. You know, if you want to leave them a bag of cookies or a bag of corn chips or a Subway $10 gift card, anything, or you know, if you're in the giving spirit, if not, just go and say, hey, thanks, man, I appreciate your work. Because we're all out there delivering these parcels for you guys. Not complaining, I'm just saying. And Brian, Postal RC, what's up? He put it the best the other day. He was on my channel and gave me a couple, or we were talking back and forth, and he said, you know, when things are tough and the days are long, he just remembers he's delivering people's Christmas presents. So that was good. I needed to hear that, you know, because I say that over and over, but you know, it gets out there, you're out there, it's like 7 o'clock at night, and geez, but you're doing good work. So glad to be here. I'm gonna take a deep breath and jump right in.
All right, I'll catch us up here so you're all good here. So Chris says for mono, use the sunline to fire on the roll. Okay. Mono low stretch for a straight top water line. All right. And then Baskin Country says, have you ever tried the braid backing? Not on my mono, I haven't. Mono's pretty cheap, so I don't mind filling it up with that. Not a big deal to me.
Yeah, you don't want to put braid underneath. It'll spin on you. For your fly fishermen, you know, it's not that big a deal. I do that all the time. You put a backing on there because your fly line's, you know, only 70 feet or 90 feet or something. But if you put braid as a backing, it's going to spin on your spool.
Moxon says, not loaning your rods to your buddy to really help your line last longer. 100% agree there.
You know what? I take that back on the braid. If you, you know, you've got the spool that has holes in it. If you actually tie it on there, you'll be fine. So yeah. But if you just say like a spinning rod, if you tie braid on that spinning spool, is backing, it'll slip and spin on you. It's a pain.
That's not being smart over here.
What's up, Hank? David, how's it going? Tom?
Tom says, how about a 12-pack?
Yeah.
I don't think they care for that. Bringing it back in the mail carrier.
No, but you know, a buddy of mine got a couple bottles of wine the other day. They put it in the mailbox for him. So we were trying to course him into breaking it out the other morning because we had like 20 pallets of parcels and everybody's flipping out. Ooh. So yeah, it's amazing. But you know what? First thing this morning, I saw a tackle warehouse package. And kind of made my day, so I shook it. And I'm pretty sure there was one of those Mad Island crankbaits in there. It just sounded like it. And I know they've been backward till I think December 21st, and now they're back into March. But you know, today is the 23rd, so that would have been about the right time for those to start coming out. So I didn't open it up. I thought about it.
Denny Hall says hi down there.
Yeah, what's up, Denny? Brian, Postal RC. I think he's off. I wonder how he got off. I'm trying to figure that out. He must be high up in the seniority list. So you guys were talking about spinning rods earlier too. I heard that on the way
spinning combos. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a.
I do a lot of finesse guys.
Yeah, so. I do a lot of finesse fishing, guys. I went out yesterday for a few hours and I had 3 spinning rods on my front deck. You know, typically this time of year I got a shaky head. Shout out to Moxon. I've been using that bed bug a little bit and I like it. It's bed head. Yeah, I like it. Then I'll usually have a drop shot or a small swim bait on there. And I've been playing around with that Demiki rig. I've been seeing these fish out deep and they're driving me nuts. They're sitting out there in like 25, 35 feet of water. And I'm dropping a video Sunday and you'll see me out there kind of talking about that. And you'll see how they're set up on my graph. But
I'll be hitting it Thursday. So
are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told them guys a while ago, I'm just with this much heat and that sunshine like that, it's going to push a lot of them fish up shallow for a couple of days. So
they were up there yesterday.
I'm sure.
Pretty shallow.
Yep, I'm sure they were.
Yeah, they're of course those grass lakes. A lot of lakes we have around here have grass, and those fish relate to the grass all year long. I mean, they just do. They'll be on the outside or they'll be up in it. So people that think that you got to fish deep in the wintertime, it's not true. There's always fish up shallow in the wintertime, especially in a grass lake.
Right. Oh, Moxon says you're going to open that when you get home. That box.
No, I already delivered it, man. I already delivered it. I tried to get some. I tried to order some of those. Or actually, that was one that was on my Christmas list. My mom asked me, "What do you want?" I said, "I want a couple of those crankbaits." So I don't know if she ordered them or not. I'll find out here in a couple of days.
You'll get them there in a couple of months.
A couple months, yeah, yeah. So I don't know.
So let's see. It says I got a pumpkin spice sparkling water from a guy on my mail route last Christmas.
Pumpkin spice, but man, that doesn't sound good. I don't know. I don't know.
Everybody's in the pumpkin spice mood.
So you can take it too far, though. I'm thinking, like maybe pumpkin spice pizza would be too far.
Pumpkin spice anything is too far for me. I can't stand pumpkin.
I'm thinking like coffee and hot chocolate somewhere in there. And that's probably it.
Nope. Looks like Nathan made it on there. Melissa made it on there. Brad's on there. All right.
What's up, Nate? Caught some fish on one of your jerkbaits yesterday, Nate. Yep. I brought my jerkbait box up here too. See how it plays out. But, water was 44 degrees yesterday.
You good?
No, I went to Cedar. Yep. It was slow, but it was a beautiful day out there. Had a good time. I only had about 3.5 hours, something like that. So you got to
better than what I've had here lately.
Yeah, I mean, I've been working so much, and my days off. Like last week was Tuesday. It was my day off. The kids were out of school because they had a snow day. So I was tied up with them. We had a good day hanging around and wrapping Christmas presents and stuff like that. But I didn't get that weekday fishing.
That's where you get it above and beyond everybody. I gotta wait for the weekend, and then by the time I get there, if it's nice out, then everybody's there.
Yeah, that's true. It is nice having a day off in the middle of the week, except for tournaments. I miss those Saturday tournaments a lot, unfortunately.
Let's see what's Bob saying here. For all the fishing guys out there, when the weather gets tough, check out YouTube page called Made for the Outdoors.
Made for the Outdoors.
I don't think I've seen them yet.
Brian says my normal off day is Monday, and I requested to have Christmas Eve Tuesday off, and my supervisor approved it. Awesome. Sounds like you got a good supervisor.
Yeah, I can't imagine working with the Postal Service being that easy to get off work at this time of year.
It's tough.
Oh, I'm sure it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we have a vacation board that you put in your days off or your weeks off, like in November for the following year, and it goes off of seniority. So usually the top 5 or 6 people in seniority, they take the whole week of Christmas, they take the whole week of Thanksgiving. So it's really hard.
I don't blame them. I'd be taking those too.
Yeah, those are the
just prime stay days, away from the headaches.
Yeah.
See, Bob says, I have some really awesome videos on how stuff's made. Example, one boats, Rappo lures, St. Croix rods, etc. Oh, on the Made for the Outdoors. I got you.
Oh, that's neat. So they actually probably go into the manufacturing facility and
that's
talk
pretty
about
cool.
it all.
I'll check that one out.
Brian says, the sparkling water in the break room. It sat there for 4 months. Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that either.
Yeah.
So Nathan says, which color? The chrome belly?
No, the Pro Blue one. I threw that chrome belly and it looks good too. But I'm ready for that white belly. I haven't had a chance to get down there. Congratulations, she just had a new baby. I'm not sure if it's a boy or a girl, but
congrats, man.
He's a Papa Nate. So congratulations.
Any river fishing or just lakes? Bassin country, you have to define rivers, because what a lot of guys call rivers, we call creeks. When we say river around here, we're talking Mississippi River. But we have a lot of small streams that we call creeks around here, small rivers, whatever you want to call them. We do fish. Yeah, we do fish those a little bit. Usually in the summer, though. I mean, it's something you gotta. The creeks around here are pretty shallow for the most part. You'll hit pockets here and there, but most of the time you're going to have to wade down through the creek to get to those pockets. So, but it's still a lot of fun.
Yeah, Nate, sorry, buddy. He had a bet. So he painted me up 4 jerk baits. They were kind of a clown pattern. And I told him I wanted a white belly. Well, he didn't get that memo. So when I went down there to pick them up, they were just chrome, all chrome, no white. And we decided, well, you got to fix that. And he said, well, why don't you just take one that's all chrome? And he said, I bet you that you're going to catch like a 4 or 5 pounder on that before I get those white belly ones for it to you. So no, it didn't happen, Nate, but I tried. But I haven't got the white belly ones yet. And maybe I'll go fishing between now and then. And it could happen. But I like throwing those, with the jerkbait, I like throwing something that's real flashy when it's sunny out, which is what it was yesterday. Do what?
Or with a bit of wake on the water.
Yeah,
get that
right.
reflection.
Yeah, it seems to work better. And it just depends on the day. Nothing's written in stone.
So, what do you think of the new live chat here? Looking good.
It looks awesome, dude.
I mean, it actually
legit.
Actually, nice and clear. It's clear that actually, but
it looks great. Big difference.
Now, if I can just get the that one to be able to turn here, would be all right.
That's working all right.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Been seeing minnows really shallow in my pond. Golden Rapala is my go-to bait. Yeah, I would imagine, Mark, I would imagine they're hitting pretty good on that. I would say with as dark as your lake or your pond is, I would say they're seeing that from a long way away. He's kind of got like a little hidden pond down in his woods. I mean, everything, it's just downhill to that one little pond, and it is dark.
Really?
Oh, yeah, it's real dark water.
Huh. So that probably froze up pretty quick then.
Yeah, Mark, is your pond froze yet? I'm sure it probably was last week, but it probably thawed out by now.
Nick says it's backwards on its end.
Yes. Yeah, the reason it is backwards is because I'm using my iPad for this, and if I turn, this is the the camera facing us, so we can actually see and make sure we got a good picture. If I turn it to the other one, it's the right way. So there's no way I can change it. That's the one bad part.
Okay.
Now, if you go to the YouTube channel, it's the correct way. Not on here, but it is.
Interesting.
Yeah, I had to ask. So, So guys on YouTube, when the backyard bass, and you guys are reading that correctly, right? Make sure I'm not fooling myself here.
So DJ Hall, he said he went to Clearwater yesterday, and the water was low and 39 to 41. 2 nibbles but skunk. That's tough water conditions.
What do you say it was?
39 to 41.
39 to 41.
That is tough. There's, in my opinion, when the water gets to about 52, the fish they're still biting good. They're really feeding up. It gets down to about 48. That's when it kind of starts slowing down. And from 48 to 42, 43, 44, the bite gets a lot tougher. But in my head, when it gets to 42 and below, it just gets really, really slow. Those fish are only eating, a lot of them are only eating once every couple of days. So say the fish only eats every 3 days, you're fishing for, 2/3 less fish. And even the fish that are feeding really slow. So it's hard to cover water and be efficient, be productive. So it's tough, man. Winter's tough.
See, Moxon said, Deepwater River pockets are awesome in the winter. Yes, definitely are. And your fish will spool up in those big time.
Yeah, they like to get out of the current in the winter. Although that's how it is on Kentucky Lake. They'll get back right in the mouths of those coves and those bays and stuff, just out of the current.
See what glances I can see. I need glasses. I can't read that far.
Brian's talking about his post office.
I got you. Okay.
2 city routes. Yeah, we've got about 36 city routes, and I deliver in Cape Girardeau, and then we've got 8 rural routes. So it's like a small to medium. It's like a medium size post office. Medium sized post office.
See.
He said it's right. Tom said it's right on YouTube.
That's what I thought it was. Okay.
BP Fishing, do you have a color recommendation for Clearwater winter fishing? Hoping my honey hole is thawed out this week. So BP, are you talking about a pond, a lake, or really it comes down to watercolor? You say clear water, so
in depth.
In depth, but green pumpkin, something natural. I'm always going towards something natural, unless the water is really stained, and I'm going to go with something bright like your white and chartreuse. Yeah, something. If it's a jerkbait, I'm throwing something. I like the Pro Blue color. It's kind of a translucent with a blue top on it and a white belly, or the chartreuse belly. Depends on which company you go from, or like the Clearwater minnow, something that's somewhat translucent. And on the overcast days, you want something that's a little more solid. So you go to like the French pearls. Now a clown color, it kind of works in both scenarios. I use that a lot. That's one of my go-to colors on a jerkbait. But as far as a jig, green pumpkins, the watermelons. I mean, black and blue is hard to beat. It works in clear water. It works in stained water.
Black and blue works just about anywhere you go.
It really does. I'm not exactly sure why. I mean, there's some theory on the crawfish and stuff, but for some reason, that color always produces no matter what watercolor.
See what that DJ Hall says. Went to Clearwater yesterday. Water was. Oh, that was the one.
Low 39 41.
Yeah.
So DJ's back here.
I can't believe that water was that chilly already.
It's cold. Yeah.
For Clearwater, I mean, it don't have enough color there to keep it warm. So
well, we had a little bit of snow, and then you got is up the Black River that feeds that. Yep. So you're going to have a river running into it, so it's going to be bringing a little bit cooler water probably.
Go ahead.
DJ says my driveway is finally clear of snow and ice. Still trying to make it to Egypt. Watched the videos again a while ago. Good. Thanks, DJ. Yeah, man, I'm kind of bummed. I was hoping you'd get over there by now, but you got some good weather coming up, so get out there, try that A-rig.
That's what I'll be doing Thursday. Yeah. Little A-rig, a little deep cranking.
Yeah, the thing with the A-rig versus the jerkbait, you can cover a lot more water with that A-rig, and you can trigger those fish that are a little bit deeper that the jerkbait's not going to pull up. Yeah. And the main thing is you can cover more water. Really. Yeah. I mean, you can jerk that if you run like a deep diving jerkbait, like the KVD deep diver or the Lucky Craft. They make a DD version, and it gets down there around 7. So you can get that bait down there, but you got to let it sit, because if that fish is down there like 15, you got to get his attention, and his brain's slow, and it takes him a while to rise up. So with that A-rig, you can let it sink, and you can run it right through those fish. Yeah. You just cover a lot more water.
I'll say, I guess it was 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago when I went fishing over at Creek. They were out in like 24 to 26 foot of water. I mean, and they're just calling them over the jerkbait. It's very, very difficult to do. So that's what I'm gonna do with the A-rig. Like I said, I'll see if they're still out there. Like I said, with these couple of days of warming up, really good like that, they may get pushed up a little farther. So
yeah, I mean, you can pull them up from pretty deep with that jerkbait, but you gotta let it sit. I like a jerkbait to sink really slow. That's the way I like my jerkbaits.
Lake is 100% clear.
100% clear, like bathwater. Yeah, you're going to go with your natural colors.
It says green pumpkin has always worked there.
Yeah.
So better stay with it then.
I'd even go with a watermelon. Try a watermelon if you're looking for a little bit different color. Actually, and Zoom makes an actual pumpkin. It's a kind of a milky colored pumpkin with black flick in it. That's a good color in clear water.
I don't know if that'll show up or not. This thing is, I'm still working on the whole focusing thing here. See if you guys can see that.
There it was.
Hang on. There we go. And
it's close. It's trying.
Yeah, it is a pain in the still focused on my face over here. There it goes.
There you go.
So that's a really good color to try right there. It's got that little bit of red flake in there, and then the green back. But yeah, it's not very good at the whole focusing real quick.
Tom says clown is better on sunny days than on cloudy days. Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. I just have a lot of confidence in that color. It's the clown patterns that I throw, and I guess most of them are like that. They have a white belly, so that white belly is the color that those fish are seeing. And I just have a lot of confidence in that color. But yeah, you're right. I mean, you usually go with something that's flashy, like American shad. Well, the old road color that's chrome side and black back. That's a killer. I mean, that still works. Bait fish is a good color in the Lucky Craft line. There's a lot of good chrome patterns out there. So DJ says he made up 4 A-rigs. Man, you're ready to go, dude. You're ready to go. Put those on 50-pound braid, though, because you will get hung up a little bit. Just go to it.
You throw yours on braid, huh?
I throw it on braid, yeah. 50-pound braid.
I'm a 20-pound fluorocarbon guy.
Yeah, I mean, I've done it both ways. The thing about the fluorocarbon is you got to retie a little more.
Yeah.
You got to retie. That's it, though. I mean, either one works.
Mark said on here the last couple of days was really clear. Middle on top of the water. Oh, in the shallow water. All right, Mark. Yeah, like I said, with it warming up, I'm sure they're going to be rushing up, especially this week. I bet you're going to see a ton of them up there.
Yeah, I spooked a bunch of little shore minnows. We have the fathead minnows, and I got a little 5-acre pond behind my house. And those fathead minnows will pull up in that real shallow water when it's sunny, and they'll sit there. You see the little dimples around the edges and stuff. See, Brian says, what is your recommendations for a good square bill rod? I mostly have 3 to 5 foot square bills, so probably just the 1.5s. I imagine 2.5s. Right now, I'm throwing my square bills on. It's a Veritas 7-foot medium Veritas. It's the original Veritas. The guides are horrible in the Veritas. They're really, really flimsy. But I have a buddy of mine. Yeah, I had problems with them.
Oh, well, you've seen the one I had.
Yeah,
the seat broke already. So
yeah, a buddy of mine, he used to build rods, so he has all the stuff to do that, and he put double-footed rod guides for the first. I think the first one's already, but like 3 up, and that's the ones I was having a lot of problems with. That's a good square bill rod. I mean, if you want to spend some money, G Loomis makes some pretty good cranking rods. But what do you use?
Well, nothing right now on it. I was throwing actually the Daiwa. I forgot what series it was. I had 2 of them and snapped both of them, but I really liked. They were very, very limber. You felt everything with them. So I haven't replaced that rod yet. So I don't know what I'm going to actually go with. I'm going to do a little shopping around. I'm going to check out the Shimano SLX rods.
Yeah,
because I love that medium heavy I got. I mean, that thing's phenomenal. So I may look at that. See what they got. But
I've got it's a 7'6" G Loomis crankbait rod. It's the red rods that I think they still make them, but that line is a really good crankbait rod. It's just 7'6". It's a little bit long for square bills.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, mine was I think mine was just 7 foot or 6'10".
Yeah.
But I mean, that's plenty for a square bill for me, because you're not going to bomb that thing out there that far anyway.
No, you're usually making shorter control casts,
right,
up around laydowns and stumps and stuff. And I've also got one of those David Fritz. It's made by Luz. It's a cranking stick. I think it's a composite rod, and they're good rods. The handle's a little bit weird for me, so I don't. It's in my closet right now. David says the Dobbins Fury 705 CBC. I'm not familiar with Dobbins really.
I'm not either.
I mean, I've held a few of them. But
I've heard nothing but good things come out of Dobbins. I mean, that's just what I've heard. I know, tactical bassing guys, they thrive on Dobbins and how good they are and this and that. But I've never actually thrown them. So,
okay, Capitals 2018 says, what would you use in a park that is not pressured but hard to catch fish? I like a wacky rig, honestly. I'll take a 4-inch worm if you want to go with the Cinco, or a 4-inch young dinger. And I like that BNC Nico, weedless Nico hook. It's a straight shank hook. It's got 2 little fiber guards, just basically like just 2 pieces of mono. That's a really good hook for that. And I'll throw a wacky rig around a lot. So what do you go to?
So he's going complete finesse there, yeah. Which is great. I mean, it works. Hands down, it works. I will not argue with that a bit. The one thing I can tell you about pressure water, and I can tell you I deal with it on a daily basis at my pond. I fish my pond extremely hard. A lot of the lakes I go to are really, really pressured. But one thing I can tell you that stands out above and beyond most things that I try is sticking with my normal baits. Let's just say a rage crawl, for instance. Instead of throwing my 3/8 or my 1/2 ounce weight on there, I'll go way down with my weight. Not quite weightless, but just about weightless on there.
and just having that, like he said, with your wacky rig and stuff like that, it's that slower presentation that's coming down that they really key in on. So I think it just a little subtle difference in that fall rate or anything like that, I think makes a huge difference.
Yeah, especially if you've got grass. A lot of these ponds, especially in parks, they have like a scum grass, at least in our area.
Yeah.
And you fish anything that's real heavy, it's just going to get bogged down in there. So something really light, like Greg was talking about. I like a baby brush hog with a 16th ounce weight on there is really good. Or even a drop shot. I'm going to go back to finesse. A drop shot gets a lot of bites.
Let's see what
So-
you got here.
Bill says, "What's up, guys? You ever throw spy bait in cold water?" Bill, that's a great question. I have not thrown a spy bait. I've got one. I got a duo realis. Yeah, duo realis. I got that as a Christmas present last year, and I keep forgetting to try it. I need to rig up a spinning rod with 6-pound fluoro on there, and I've got a couple techniques I want to use that for. But no, to answer your question, I haven't messed with that yet.
I haven't done the spy baits. No.
Yeah. You'd probably be throwing like a 10-inch spy bait.
Yeah.
Like number 8
Yeah.
willow blades on there. Yeah. Brian likes stopping rods. Finding the cadence and length of a pause is key to jerk baits. That's right, Tom. Man, it changes every day. It's I usually start out with about 3 seconds. And one thing about doing videos is you get to go back and look at yourself and what you're doing. There's something that's going on in your head, what you think you're doing, and then when you go out and actually review your video, you're able to see what you were actually doing.
Mhm.
And for some reason, I feel like I'm jerking really hard, but when I go back and I watch myself, I'm doing real subtle jerks, which is good, which is what I want to be doing because I'm trying to control myself, and doing real soft little taps. So a lot. Not just the amount of time between the jerks, but also how hard you're ripping that is real important. A lot of times when those fish are real lethargic, you want to just move it a little bit. You don't want to pull it too far away from them. So it can get pretty technical, but I'm not a guy that's going to wait 10 seconds. I'm just not.
Just to touch base on, talking about jerk bait and the pauses and all that. When you're crankbait fishing in the winter, that's something I've noticed too. It's just, I know Tactical Bass put the big video out on, crankbait fishing in the winter like that, and just having that steady stop and go. But that's another really good option there is that pause.
Mm-hmm.
If you have something that's floating up too much, it's not going to work as well. Put like a suspending dot or suspending strip on it, something like that, so it stays there. That'll give time and allow time for that fish to come up and inspect it before it takes off again. Make them commit a little bit more too.
Yeah, it makes a big difference. And we were talking about A-rigs earlier. That comes into play with the A-rig too. That little stall. You're reeling, you're winding. Those fish, a lot of times they'll follow that A-rig and they won't quite commit it. If you just slow down and stall, those what'll happen is your blades your swim baits will kind of expand a little bit. They'll swell out, and it looks like the school is kind of breaking up. And then a lot of times you speed up your retrieve, or you give it a little twitch like that, and it'll make those wires collapse, and then they'll fluff out, and that'll make that fish come up and bust those swim baits. So, yeah, exactly. So, here's your A-rig. You need some blades on that, brother.
I haven't even got there yet.
Oh, you got one. You got a couple.
Yeah, there's two.
Yeah. Interesting. That's a 3-blade rig, huh? It's nice. So what's going to happen is,
I'm gonna throw my stuff around. Come on, Gabe.
when you twitch that rod, these arms are going to collapse like that, right? And if you pause, they're going to open back up, fluff. And a lot of times that's a triggering mechanism for that bass because he's following it, and when it does something weird, it makes him just his predator instinct. He can't help it. He grabs it. So the jerkbait, crankbait, the A-rig, the stop and go comes into play on all 3 of those techniques.
And that's one of the big things I explained. When I did my my square bill retrieves, that's one thing I tell everybody. My biggest retrieve that I do is that stop and go. Just different erratic reactions to that. And that triggers, I think, more bites than anything out there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just my opinion. I mean, a lot of guys are like, I just study retrieve all the way back and get bit. You will, but I bet you get bit more with an erratic reaction like that.
Yeah, I fish my spinnerbaits the same way. When I'm throwing around grass, as I'm coming up, a lot of times you're fishing little lanes and grass mats and stuff. as I come up to the outside edge, I'll rip it a couple times. I'll speed it up. Just you're constantly wanting that thing to do something different, and it makes a huge difference. Where are we at? Moccasin says, "Have you ever tried fishing tail spins in the winter?" Have you?
No.
No.
I seen was it Brian Latimer was doing something like that, and I never did try it though.
Yeah, I fished the underspin quite a bit. I don't. You mean like the Little George? I guess is the tail spinner that's been around.
Now underspins I've done, but I think what he's talking about is that it's just like a straight tail worm that has a little tail, like those. I think I've got one actually. I'll get it here.
Well,
I know what he's talking about.
What I'm thinking of is like the Little George, which is almost like a slab spoon with a little Colorado on the back of it, tail spinner. But no, I'm usually I throw a blade bait a little bit. I've been throwing that around, and I'm getting frustrated out there. I keep seeing all these returns out there in like 25, 35 foot of water, and there's shad, there's bait everywhere. They're not stripers, they're not crappie. I'm pretty sure they're largemouth. And I can't get them to bite, so I'm not going to give up. I need to rig up a drop shot. I've been using a blade bait, a spoon, and a Demiki rig, and they'll come up with that Demiki rig, and you'll your Demiki rig will be right here, and you'll see that fish return on the bottom. They've been sitting real tight on the bottom, and that return will come up on your graph. And what will happen is your bait and the fish will just kind of become aligned for a little bit, and you're just anticipating that strike and you're waiting, and then all of a sudden you see that fish go right back down to the bottom. And that happened to me a couple times yesterday. It's super frustrating, but I couldn't get a reaction bite either. So started fishing shallow and caught a few fish. So Bassin Country, will you be throwing a swim jig if they will be moving up? Greg, you gonna be throwing a swim jig?
Yes, I will be.
Yeah, he's gonna be throwing it. I would be throwing spinnerbait. That's one of my go-tos. On a warming trend. I really like that. I caught a bass last year in 45 degree water on a swim jig. I think that's the coldest water I've ever caught a swim jig fish on. So Tom says, tape a yardstick to your table and practice how close to hold your hand up to get a focal point. There you go. He's got you some IT stuff on.
Say yardstick?
Says, tape a yardstick to your table and practice how close to hold your hand up to get the focal point focus. And then the number to extend out to. Just an idea. Good idea, Tom.
Yep.
Abby Garcia,
the
Ike delay rod. Yeah. Series 7 foot for square bills. Can't beat it. Okay, Sean. Thanks, man. I haven't tried those. I've seen them. They've been out for a little while. Brian has the David Fritz 7'6" rod. And the handle takes some getting used to. Yeah, I like the rod. I like the action on it. It's got that nice parabolic bend. It's a decent rod, but the handle's kind of strange.
Well, I was going to give you one of those tail spinners out and show you, but I lost them in the last hour here. And you see that?
What's
I
that?
showed these guys before, but that is that jig I was telling you about.
Okay.
Anything wrong with that?
Well, I know you don't like the eye.
Oh yeah,
because you're spoiled on the Moccasins head.
I am spoiled on it.
Yeah. Now you think that's going to get hung up? I don't like that. It's not even closed.
No.
The eye. Oh, I see now. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not going to work. That's bad.
Terrible.
That you at least got to have your line tied.
Yeah,
well,
I left that out there just to show you, so you get an idea what we're talking
that
about.
looks like some those dollar crappie jigs that you buy.
Yeah.
That you end up losing on the hook.
Yeah.
On the hook set.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
No. Where are you at here?
I'm right here at BP Fishing.
BP. So that is so true. I love to see them in action when I'm aggressive and when I let it rest, and how long it takes to set the hook.
Okay, is he talking about the A-rig or? Well, I'm not sure. BP, what were you talking about on that one? DJ said he picked up the Strike King titanium umbrella 5 arms today. It's different from the others I have. The arms come out of the head. One arm goes straight out. Yeah, I talked a little bit about that in the A-rig video I did, and I've thrown those. They've got a really cool action. They really flex. You can really compress when you twitch on that rod, but they catch a lot of wind. I mean, at least least the days that I've thrown them, they're not quite as compact. Like this is real compact, and the Strike King version, the arms come out almost horizontal, and then you've got the one long arm in the center. So it's a completely different look. But it seems like they have a lot of drag, and they're hard to make accurate casts with.
Yeah, that's the young one.
Yeah, 3D. Yeah, that's the one I usually throw. Is the Flash Mob Junior.
This tactical bassing swears by that Mega Bass Dark Sleeper Goby style bait in the cold water.
Yeah, I watched the video of Tactical Bassing the other day when he was talking about his, I guess it was his top 10 videos or something, and that Dark Sleeper was in there. I haven't got my hands on one of those. I haven't seen them other than in the video.
Those guys, they throw a lot of, I would say, like their trash fish. They were talking about the American trash fish. I see a lot of different Goby baits in there. Actually, open that up. That's kind of what this reminded me of. But hold it sticky. So that Goby bait right there. That's every time they talk about Goby bait, that is, if you minus this tail here.
Yeah, wrong color, but
wrong color. That's a Goby. Profile. I mean, that's pretty much all they're throwing. And I think there's plenty of other stuff out there without spending a ton of money on that stuff you can get by with just to try before you guys spend a ton of money on getting that expensive stuff. I'll put that back in the box. I'll stick myself.
Yes, DJ says the other arms come out of the head. Yeah, it's a
3.9.
Yeah, you know what? You're going to Egypt. Throw that and see what you think, and let me know. You might have a different opinion on it. It may, it's different. The nice thing is it's titanium arms, so you're not going to be breaking them off. They flex and they're going to stay out like they're supposed to, which is always good. Dominique made it. What's up, buddy? Not much, man. We're just talking A-rigs and a little bit of winter fishing stuff. So, guys, before I forget, Merry Christmas. Hope holidays go great for you. Hope you're not too stressed out, and hope you got all your shopping done, and hope you get everything you wanted.
Well, wait a minute, shopping. Guys, don't go shopping until tomorrow.
They order Amazon. Oh, yeah.
They order.
Is it early?
Yeah, you go tomorrow.
Oh, a day early. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, tomorrow, get out there. Rush those stores and make it happen.
That's what all the women think. We let them think that all the time. We're actually at our buddy's house. We order everything online for him.
Yeah, I've been pretty guilty of that too. I'm ahead of the game this year. Ahead of my game this year. I got all my stuff wrapped and it's under the tree, so I'm sitting pretty good. So, one more thing while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to mention this. I'm doing a giveaway on my channel. It's the Tin Horse Monty YouTube channel, and I will be drawing the winner on the day after Christmas. So I'll actually be doing the drawing Christmas Day because Thursday I'm going to be working probably 12 hours. So there's no way I'm going to be able to get off in time to do a video, render it, and upload it to YouTube. It'd be 10, 11 o'clock before it got posted. So you got a couple days to get in there. Just go to my channel and subscribe to it and just watch the video. You'll see it's a giveaway video and it'll tell you how to get in there. So it's a good giveaway. So go check it out.
You want to do your channel?
Sure.
Going to announce that video.
On January 6th? That's next week?
No, 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Okay, so Greg just informed me that in 2 weeks, we're going to be doing the live stream off of my channel, Tin Horse Monty channel. Hopefully, I will be here early enough to get set up. It should slow down. I think we got one more week of this Amazon madness. In fact, it's kind of a running joke. When we go in the morning, we have all these hampers, and they have these parcels just piled up in them, and we call it the Amazonian mountain range because this looks like a big mountain range. So hopefully we got about another week of this stuff, and I can get up here more regularly. So would you say January 6th? January 6th, we're going to shoot for streaming on my channel. We'll see how that happens. Looking forward to that.
So I think it'll work out pretty good. So make sure you guys head over there. And if you guys are not subscribed to the Tin Horse Monty channel, make sure you go over and hit that subscribe button. He is definitely trying to hit 800. What are you, 10 or 11?
I'm like 12 away. I'm really, really close.
Yeah.
So, man, I'd really appreciate it. I'm not begging, but, man, I really would appreciate it. It's and same thing. You know, make sure you're subscribed to Backyard Bassing, which I'm pretty sure all of you are. But it really means a lot to us. We enjoy bringing you this content, and, you know, that subscription is just a way of saying thanks, and the thumbs up and the bell notification and all that jazz. So we really appreciate it. It's good to be able to hang out with you. Just It's great that you guys are taking time out of your day to get on here and share information with us. It's awesome.
So we learn a lot. You guys learn a lot. Everybody gets a little something out of it, so it works out good. For you guys that are fishing all these, I haven't seen too many people on here fishing big, expensive lures, but I'm sure there's a couple of you in here that fish a little bit more expensive lures, or somebody that fish like the spy baits and stuff like that. You know, that stuff we're not familiar with, so it definitely helps out all the way around. So we definitely enjoy it.
Yeah, we get out there. We don't get out there as much as we want, but when we do, we're I really try to experiment. I was thinking about this yesterday. I got areas that I know the fish winter in, and I'll spend a little bit of time in those areas, but I have a tendency to go and experiment. I'm always trying to experiment because there's all these new techniques and things and baits and stuff. So I'll spend half of my day experimenting, doing things, and then at some point in the day, I'm like, well, if I'm going to try to do some kind of video, I need to at least catch a fish. So I'll go back in an area where I got a lot of confidence. And usually I can come up with something, but I just wish we had more time on the water. Someday we will.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, like Tactical Bass and those guys, that's what they do, man. They're out there all the time. They got a lot more time to experiment.
I think a little bit bigger leg.
A little bit bigger leg. Yeah, they got bigger fish.
You never know if you're at the same lake. So, Moxon said something odd in the winter that he's seen his dad use as a crankbait rigged on a catfish rod or catfish rig. Just let it sit on the bottom and swim in the current. That's not a bad idea.
Huh.
That probably makes sense, especially if you got something with a real tight wobble. It's not, going way out, but a real tight. It'd probably look like a bait fish just sitting in the current.
Yeah, I've heard people Carolina rigging like a Rapala minnow, like some kind of a floating stick bait or something. Similar concept.
Definitely watch the live stream game. Always enjoy Becker's live stream too. Yep. So
Thanks,
just to
Brian.
let you guys know, we will not be doing my live stream that night. We'll just do it on Gabe's channel. So you guys just hop on over there and we'll do it all from there. And it'll still be here. So
yeah, same
gotta,
backdrop.
We still got to get his name up here yet.
Yeah, I'll get around to it sometime.
Yeah. So I would say I cracked the whip on the wife, but she'll crack it back on me, so I ain't gonna do that.
I'm kind of thinking. I know you made some T-shirts earlier in the year, but I've been kind of going over the ideal of making a few T-shirts. So I'm still looking into that. The problem is they're so expensive. It's like even if I order like a couple dozen, they're still like $16 a piece or something. With shipping it'd be $20. So I don't know, guys. I'm just curious if that's something you may be interested in. Like a Tin Horse Monty T-shirt. I don't know. I might just order a few and. Maybe you see them, you like them. If not, it's no big deal. But before I make like a $200-$400 investment, I'd like to know if you guys are interested in getting some of those.
It's definitely expensive, I can tell you that.
I've got a great idea for them. I'd like to get the emblem on the front and then have a couple different quotes or sayings on the back. And I don't want to tell you what those are because I don't want to bite off of them. But they should be pretty cool. I gotta cough up the money and do it. So.
Ryan says we definitely watched your live. Oh, that was okay.
The Erie bomb out, slip sinker peg in front, along with paddle and creeped it in. Okay, I think that's similar to what I was talking about.
I could definitely see that working. Absolutely. So, all right, guys. Well, we will see you. Let's see. Next week will be let's see what is next week. Make sure I'm on here right. Next week, the 30th. So we will have a live stream then. So not next week, but the week after, we will do the live stream on Gabe's channel. So make sure you guys tune in for that. And that's all we got for tonight, guys. And we will see you later.
Thanks for stopping by. Have a Merry Christmas, everyone.
Finish that one.